Hi, Facebook family and friends. Today is Friday, August 28th, and I am just baffled because I can't believe September is almost here and is going to be here in just a few days, next Tuesday. And that means we are 2 months out from our November 3rd election. I hope you all were able to tune in and watch the RNC convention last night and the incredible speaker and lineup. I mean, there were so many inspiring stories, and stories about people, about families, about heroes, about law enforcement, about what the administration and what we've accomplished over the past 4 years in childcare, in criminal justice reform. It was truly, I think, an amazing night, and I'm glad that I was able to watch it amongst friends. I hope you were able to watch it too. But today, I love supporting our local candidates running here in our community. And it's so vitally important that you know which candidates are running, why they're running, because it affects you, whether you realize it or not. Water board, school board, college board, city council, all of these different governing boards affect our daily lives. So it's so vital and important that we elect people that love our community, that want to improve our community, that have a vision for our community. So the next two gentlemen that we're going to speak to today are some amazing local candidates, Tony Watson and Matthew Watson, who Tony Watson is running for the College of the Canyons Board of Trustees, my alma mater. I was Go Cougars. I won't tell you the class and year that I graduated. And his brother, we have a duo here, Matthew Watson, who I met, I think about a year ago now, who is running for Saugus Union School Board and has actually works or is an administrator over at I Lead Charter Schools. So first of all, welcome, Tony and Matt.
Thank you.
Suzette, thanks so much for having us. We appreciate it.
It's so good to see you guys. Now, I'm going to change this view here. Now, you guys are brothers, and neither of you have ever run for office. And about a month ago, you both kind of chat and say, we're running for office.
Yeah, it was funny. Tony actually called me, and we looped our mom into the call as well. I don't know if you know Mom, but she's really involved in our community, has been for years. And he said, hey, I'm thinking about making a run for COC board. What do you guys think about that? And I just started laughing because I said, you know, at the encouragement of a couple of friends and local educators, Tony, I decided about 45 minutes ago to run for the elementary school here at Saugus Unified. We just kind of laughed together, and it took off from there.
So have you guys always been in sync? And Tony, kind of what's your story? Are you the older brother or the younger brother?
I know it's hard to tell because I look better, but I am the older brother. I'm older by 4 years, and we always have been in sync. Matt's my best friend. Even prior to running for office, we talked probably 3 to 4 times every day. Just about little things. It could be a 30-second phone call, just about sports. It could be the situation with kids, and we talk through it. We hold no secrets with each other. He knows me just about better than anybody other than my wife. And so it's great, and it's exciting to go through this process with him.
But you know, that is amazing, and you're making me feel guilty. I need to call my brothers. I'm going to call them right after we get off of this call.
Oh, we have brothers we don't talk to.
Oh, okay. So you're a normal family. I can see that. So, Matt, where were you guys born and raised? Why is Santa Clarita home for you guys?
So we were born just south in the San Fernando Valley, but when we were real young, our parents moved us here to the Santa Clarita Valley, kind of like everybody else, for the school, right? And they specifically chose the area in Saugus to enroll us in the William S. Hart District. For Tony, he was in junior high, and I was still in elementary school, enrolled me in the Saugus Union School District. It's hard to believe, like Tony said, we both look so good, but that was over 40 years ago. So yeah, we've been in the community for over 40 years now. I attended Santa Clarita Elementary School, and then like Tony, Arroyo Seco and Saugus High School. We both graduated from Saugus High. Both of our kids have graduated from Saugus High. And so, yeah, this is the town that helped raise us, that educated us. And like I said, Mom's been involved in this community for the longest time and taught us to give back. And it's the point in our lives where we decided to give back, and we decided to give back to the schools that we attended. Tony's doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a Cougar as well. So I got my AA at College of the Canyons before I transferred to Masters University. And Matt went straight down to CSUN and got his bachelor's and his master's there.
Oh, wow. You sound, I mean, I was a Cougar, went over to CSUN, but Tony, you stayed in town. You really love Santa Clarita.
I do.
So then you both have families that have went through our school system too. So I'm sure that your own experience and then watching your children go through our school system, did that have anything to do with why either of you decided to run specifically for, education spots on governing boards?
It did. Matt and I both had a child that was at Saugus High School in November for that tragic day. And so my daughter's going to be at COC next year. Matt's son is at San Francisco University. And so a good quality education is very important to me. I loved the time that I spent at COC, and I want to make sure that my daughter has the opportunity to not only get the same quality education, but I want to make sure that she has a safe experience. Talking to her and all of her friends, campus safety is very important to them. The COVID environment is important to them, and it's really a delicate balance of when our kids are going to step back on campus. But I also want to make sure, whether it's on campus or whether it's virtual classes, that they get that same quality education.
Right. And you bring up, a really great point. I chose to go to a community college because a university was just not affordable for my family. And the most affordable, effective way was for me to go to community college. I actually was working at Magic Mountain. So all of my friends were going to College of the Canyons, or not all of them, a lot of them. And it's where I had an amazing experience, and I had a great foundation that really prepared me to go to a university, honestly. I don't know that I would have been successful if I went straight into a university. And College of the Canyons really prepared me for that, and it was affordable. Now, the cost of education has went up exponentially since I was at College of the Canyons. I mean, when I was there, I think I was paying like $10 or $11 a unit. That is no longer the case. So we also have to think about cost and about this pandemic. And I also look at, a lot of students like myself, college students, struggle to complete their degree because of timelines, because of costs, because of a variety of things. What do you think that the effects of this pandemic may have on our students' career paths and degree paths?
I think there's a lot of students right now. In fact, more students from the William S. Hart School District enrolled in COC this year than ever before. The fact of why spend high money at a 4-year school if we're just going to be online anyways? And then COC has the first year promise program where for a freshman entering in, they can go to school for free. And so you can't get much more affordable than that.
Wow.
And Suzette, the pandemic was kind of like that last push, that last encouragement that I needed to get involved. I've got 25 years experience in education. I was in the classroom for 18 years. I'm now a school administrator, and I feel that my background allows me to help out on the school board. But we've been trying to shift education for a long time now. It's a tough thing to do. And this pandemic actually can come with that silver lining of teaching us a lot of new skills, a lot of new teaching techniques that we're sort of forced into now that our kids are trying to learn from home. And I think we can use that as a way to transition and really get more and get better out of our teachers and out of our students. And so I think this is the perfect time for new ideas and innovative thought that I can bring to the school board.
And you know what, Matt, what I particularly love about your experience and your candidacy and what the perspective that you're going to be able to bring to Saugus Union School Board is that you work for a charter school, and it's a public institution, paid for. There's a process, but it's, any student can go there for free. And Charter schools are operated very differently. I've been a big proponent of charter schools my entire life. Not my entire life, because of my life's experience for feels like my entire adult life, I've been a supporter of charter schools because I think they offer a variety of the foundation of education and a variety of means that, because I think every student does learn differently. One of the reasons that I'm supportive of charter schools, but you're going to be able to bring that perspective to a traditional public district. How do you think that you're going to be able to leverage your experience in charter schools to help make our school districts better?
Well, the intention of charter schools is to kind of push the envelope sometimes, to innovate and to work on changing some of the paradigms. And we work very closely with our sponsors. So for SCBI in town, we work very closely with the Heart District. In fact, I was talking to one of their board members, Steve Surgeon, this morning, and discussing that partnership that we've had with the Heart District. And the idea is that we work together in concert to support each other and also to encourage innovation. And so I can take a lot of the innovative practices that I've learned working with our charter school organization to help encourage them, to help roll them out. And then in certain cases, help the traditional districts see what's maybe not working so well. But for example, I Lead Schools, where I work for now, has been an innovator and been leading the way for 12 years in project-based learning, combined with strong social emotional learning. They've been very nimble and very flexible. And so I can bring some of those innovative cutting edge ideas to the local school district.
Yeah, and I also see it as an opportunity. Unfortunately, I think there's a divide sometimes. There's people that think charter schools are bad or public schools are bad, right? But this is an opportunity to say, listen, there are good and bad schools all over. But you can be supportive of traditional public school and charter schools. There's been this divide, I think, in our state and this attack on charter schools. But I think you get to kind of bridge that gap should you so be blessed to be elected on November 3rd, which I know you're going to be. So I think that's a really great opportunity for our school district and for our community. So thank you so much for stepping up to the plate. Now, Tony, what do you want to accomplish? I mean, is there something specific? I know your daughter's going to be there. So are you going to hang out around campus and visit your daughter? I'm sure she's going to love that.
She would kill me. So CLC's been around in our community for a long, long time, and they've done great things over the years and added great resources to the Valley. And so I just want to continue that and enhance that. And one of the things that I think I can bring to the table is my business background. I've been working with, I've got experience in financial institutions, retail operations, and now the last 15 years I've worked for portable sanitation companies. And so between my business contacts and giving back to nonprofits in the community, I've been on the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, the Boys and Girls Club Board of Directors, Child and Family Center Board of Directors, work closely with the Senior Center. So I have a lot of contacts that I've established in the Valley. And one of the things I want to enhance is the internship program at College of the Canyons, where we can take students that have a desire to work in a particular field, whether it be welding or mechanics, nursing, real estate, business, and partner them up with local businesses or nonprofits for internship opportunities. So one, they can see that that's really what they want to do, but also to give them relevant work experience. So when they leave with a quality education, they're not looking for a job without that relevant work experience that's so important. And it also will bring great students to our community and show some of the businesses in our community that there's really good candidates. You just have to look hard for them and help deliver some of them.
Right. I think there's some, great organizations that have focused on workforce development in our community for quite some time, and College of the Canyon has been a part of that process and a part of that pipeline. So I love where you're headed and where you're going with our workforce, because man, do we need it as the price and cost of living in California continues to increase. It seems like every day. Having an educated workforce, having a strong workforce is going to bring good paying jobs, and we're creating that workforce right here in our Valley through College of the Canyon. So that's a great commitment there. Matt, So you're running for Saugus Union School Board District
It's area
4. Okay, area 4. And what area is that for people that may be watching? Because it's like certain streets and it's a district.
It is really interesting, and you know how districts get divided and things like that. So area 4 kind of starts up at the top of Bouquet Canyon, and it's on the west side of Bouquet Canyon, so not on the Plum Canyon side, as it comes down the canyon. And then once you get to, well, kind of where my house is near Saugus High School, it jumps Bouquet Canyon and goes back onto the east side of Bouquet, encompassing Central Park and down to Newhall Ranch Road and into those beautiful new homes there on Golden Valley, and then all the way down to Soledad Canyon, the bowling alley, and up to Hornby that way. So the areas that encompass Rosedale Elementary, Emblem, and Rio Vista School. So it's kind of a convoluted portion there, but they do it to achieve equity and equal voice for the voters.
Right. That's a great district. So if you live within those areas, vote for Matt Watson November 3rd. Actually, ballots are going to hit in just about a month here at the beginning of October 5th. Tony, what does your election look like? Are you in districts? What district are you running for?
I'm running for area 2, which area 2 really starts kind of down along Lyons, and it's McBean Parkway. And it's from McBean Parkway west to the 5 freeway. And so it kind of follows both those lines, the 5 freeway and McBean, all the way up, including the summit. And it goes all the way into that east side of Castaic. And then it picks up and it goes Copper Hill north, all the way from Castaic, all the way over to David's Way. So everything north of Saco and Copper Hill, Tesoro north. And then it wraps down a little bit on the east side of Bouquet Canyon, but only for a little stretch there. So it makes that short horseshoe around Saugus High School, if you will. But it's north of Copper Hill, west of McBean.
Suzette, we've got a big election coming up this November, and there's a lot of candidates on there on the ballot and initiatives and things like that. But we will make it real easy. All you need to do is look for the last name Watson, hit them both. Hit one if we're in your area, and you're good to go.
Awesome. So where can people find out information about you guys? Do you have Facebook pages, web pages? How can they find you?
Yeah, so we both got web pages. Mine is watsonforsusd.net, Watson for SUSD, Saugus Union School District, .net. And you can also check me out on Facebook, Matthew Watson, Watson for SUSD.
Awesome.
My webpage just hit today. It's Tony Watson, 4coc.com.
And we will share those links in our thread here in just a bit. So last question, which is kind of a fun question, or maybe not. What has been the most interesting thing you've learned about being a candidate and running a campaign for the first time?
For me, it's been the adrenaline rush. My oldest son is a 20-year-old political science major at UC San Diego, and he's interning for a congressman this summer in Washington, D.C. And he absolutely loves politics. He's planning on becoming an attorney out of college after he goes to law school, and then later in life getting into politics. And I haven't experienced that he has, but I talk each day about strategy. He and I talk each day about politics, and it's just that rush. I love it.
That's awesome. And yeah, a lot of people don't realize that when you're running for an office, you do have to have a strategy. And I mean, it's not actually as, it's not as complex, but it is, because you got to build it out and you got to raise money to execute, right? So buying yard signs, connecting with voters. So if you guys are listening, donate to the Watson brothers. Please go to their website. Matt, what is the, most interesting thing you've learned or discovered as being a candidate?
I think it's more of an appreciation. I knew that being a school board member was not easy. What did surprise me is, especially in 2020, how much work it is. Yeah, it's a lot of work running, and I was prepared for that. But speaking with other board members at the Saugus and at the Heart District, hearing that they're putting in 20, 25, 30 hours a week, just getting our schools working, making sure that our parents and our kids are being served. It's a tremendous amount of work. And of course, this isn't a full-time job for any of us. We've all got our own full-time jobs. So it's just a tremendous amount of work. But both Tony and I are at a point in our lives where our kids are getting a little bit older and a little bit more self-sufficient. We've got the time and still got the energy to do it.
Well, that's awesome. And, thank you guys for stepping up to the plate. I think that you are a voice that is desperately needed on both school boards. I have a little girl, she's 3. She's going to be, she's been in early childhood education and preschool for the past 2 years now. She's getting into the age where she's going to go to kindergarten, and she's going to eventually go to junior high school, and, hopefully a university as well, if that's a path she chooses. So that's a, deep concern for me and my family. I know lots of other Santa Clarita families are worried about this as well. Or it's actually the reason that brings them to Santa Clarita. So thank you for being a part of that and continuing the success that we know our community is.
Thank you, Suzette.
Thank you, guys. And I'm going to pull them off here. It was so good to chat with you. We'll catch up.
Thanks, Suzette.
So guys, I hope that you enjoyed meeting Tony and Matt, who are really just great guys that care about education. They care about our community. And it's so vital that if one of the reasons why I'm raising my family in Santa Clarita, as I mentioned, is because of our education system. It's great. And I want my daughter to go through this system from elementary school to our community college. We have an amazing system here. So if that's what you're looking for your student, then you have to, for your child, then you have to get involved. You have to vote. Vote November 3rd, and I will see you guys next week. We're going to be talking with more candidates because it's so vital and important that you know who you're voting for. Thanks so much.